Hi guys, Steelstar here, and I am going to be playing Still Life 2. Right now we are in Richard's studio. I don't know why I said that so weird.
No one. As expected. Richard shouldn't get here for a while. That gives me the time to look around. A stove to warm up the long winter evenings. I've always wondered why Richard didn't get a proper radiator or something. This painting illustrates a tragic event in the life of my grandfather, Gus, and Ackerman's murderous madness. A sketch made by Vladana Tominova. She was with my grandparents when they left Prague. Drawing represents the killer. I recognize his outfit. Photo of Richard as a child with his mother. Yes, that's Maria Valdez. It's locked. It'll never work. It's locked. A stove to warm up the long winter evenings. I've always wondered why Richard didn't get a proper radiator or something. Stack of handwritten letters. I'll scan the most interesting with my smartphone.
Okay, it says, Mark, I cannot continue like this. You are reverting to the man you were when you arrived at the Institute. A cold man, aggressive and full of hatred. A man closed off in his own world. I have the feeling you can't hear me anymore. I can no longer appease you, comfort you. It's as though I've become a stranger to you. I must think of our son. Henry is 15 years old. And adolescence is such a sensitive time. The changes in you have hurt him. I have to protect him. I have asked Dr. Kelly for a transfer. It is better that we don't see each other for a while. Until you get better. Until you understand that there is no future for us as long as you lock yourself away like this. Please, take care of yourself. Okay, so they have a son named Henry.
Henry Allen is the son of Beatrice and Mark Ackerman. Richard, you are the murderer's grandson. Page taken from Herbert Ackerman's confessions. So it's Richard who borrowed them from Harrison by pretending to be Zarkovic. Zarkovic. God, that's it. I remember where I've seen that name. It was in that email Richard sent me when I was in New Orleans.
I don't know how many of them he has killed. 10, 20, more. Bell showed me pictures right before my departure from Prague. He slaughtered them. Why did he do this? Is it wrapped up in his art? Does he find satisfaction in the death of the women who serve him as models? He took it up again in Chicago. I am not responsible for his crimes, but I am his father, therefore I must act. I have arranged everything with Kelly. He will take care of Mark and will make sure that these tragic events do not occur again. Yeah. Okay. Sounds fake, but okay. And we're gonna open this with the same little combination.
A bunch of rags. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. A piece of black cloth. There are traces on it. It's the cape worn by the killer. Richard. Why?
See, that explains why he was hesitant to kill her, and I just had a feeling it was him because, I mean, it just made sense. I'm glad they finally revealed it in this one, though you kind of feel like it's a cop-out from if you don't play this game, because you don't figure out who the killer is in the first game.
You're already here? It's good to see you. Did you have a nice trip? I hope that your stay in Los Angeles was a success. You look strange. What's going on?
Richard, I know you're Mark Ackerman's grandson.
It's true. I found out when my grandmother died a little over 2 years ago. It was such a revelation for me. At that point, I'd pretty much given up on my career as an artist to focus on running the gallery. Mark Ackerman's work moved me deeply.
But you always said that you only discovered Ackerman's paintings recently. Why lie?
Well, because of the art director. After the auction where he bought some of the paintings, he made himself out to be the genius who exhumed a forgotten artist's work. I didn't want to lessen his moment of glory and risk alienating him. The gallery needs funding, you know.
I found a page of Governor Ackerman's confessions in one of your drawers. Were you the one who went to see Inspector Harrison under the pseudonym Zarkovic?
That was an innocent bit of subterfuge. I was going to return the documents.
I found a black cape in the closet. It looks remarkably like the one the killer wore. There's still blood on it. in exactly the spot where I wounded him.
I don't understand how it could have got here. The murderer must be trying to set me up. By casting suspicion on me, he gets at you.
In that case, you won't mind me taking this cape to have the blood tested. I could also have a little look to make sure you don't have any trace of a wound.
Come on, Vic. Don't you trust me? It's me, Richard. You're Richard.
I did trust you, but that's impossible now. Richard, I may have quit the FBI, but I'm still a profiler. My gut tells me I'm not wrong. It's you, Richard. You've committed these horrible murders. My heart can't believe it, but my head knows it's true. You're not saying anything. Why, Richard? Why all this madness, this hatred? I need to understand.
Open your eyes, Victoria. Let me show you something.
Agent McPherson? Agent McPherson, are you all right?
Sorry, Garrus. I was thinking of something else.
James Hawker's about to arrive. I'm going down to meet him. Can I leave you alone? Are you gonna be all right?
Everything's fine. I'll be right there. Come on, get a hold of yourself, Vic. Man, this room makes me nervous. The dumbwaiter shaft has been sealed. Charred videotapes. Looks like the fire started here. Burnt posters. Old surveillance console. Fisheye 460F01. Seems to be working still. It's turned off. Looks like someone tried to repair the console without success. It's on, but it's still not working. It's impossible to open. It's locked. There's a trace on the railing. Someone was hurt here. Anderson's blood. He must have had a nasty encounter. So, his disappearance was the killer's doing.
I'm going to leave you alone for a bit. You must have so many things to say to each other.
You're good at electronics, right? You might be able to help me. In the charred room, there's a surveillance console. See if you can get it working.
Okay, I'm on it.
You haven't changed, Vic.
Neither have you, James. Still working the jeans and sneakers look?
I was never into uniforms. I can see that black's still your favorite color, huh? Remind me, what am I doing here?
We think our murderer is after you. The infamous East Coast Killer, as the press calls him, wants you. You must be flattered.
And that's why you summoned me here? You could have just set a couple of big guys to keep an eye on my rather luxurious New York apartment.
I like to keep you where I can see you. Besides, you know our enemy. That's useful. So, you're working the TV angle now. I saw the tape with your interview.
I needed cash, that's all. Hernandez offered me a nice stack of bills. This whole thing is history. You know how I feel. Let's drop it. I'm going to pay a visit to this charming abode. See you later.
This is Claire Ashby. I'm not available at the moment. Please call back later.
Nice shack. A bit morbid, but it's got style. Have you found anything interesting in the house?
Clues proving Hernandez and the killer were both here recently, among other things.
This dump probably has a lot of secrets to reveal. I'll keep working on it. Go on with your investigation. If you want, we'll chat later. I'm taking notes.
This is Claire Ashby. I'm not available at the moment. Please call back later.
It's really amateur stuff. I should be able to do better. If you could find a manual for the console, it would really help. Look for the Fisheye 42 model.
We have a suspect, David Carson. We're making progress, Garrus.
Amazing. We're gonna stop him. You'll see. You can't evade the FBI forever.
Don't say mission accomplished just yet, Garrus.
The sheriff is being overzealous, but she's kind of charming.
Watch out, Garrus. Female cops are the #1 hazard, especially the ones who like to hoodwink the rookies.
If you want, we'll chat later. I'm taking notes. If you want, we'll chat later. I'm taking notes.
This is Claire Ashby. I'm not available at the moment. Please call back later. This is Claire Ashby. I'm not available at the moment. Please call back later. This is Claire Ashby. I'm not available at the moment. Please call back later.
I have to talk to you, Sharon.
I'm still waiting for the land registry info regarding the house.
Try to hurry things up. There might be something important that's escaped us.
I've already called the city workers twice. We just have to wait. Bureaucracy. You know how it is.
Have you found anything else on the Anderson case?
No. I looked all over the place. I've even used the metal detector, but all I found was a badge under the floor in the entrance hall. Anderson must have explored the house to see if there was anything of value. As far as I recall, he was the curious type.
If he ran into the killer, I'm afraid his curiosity might have cost him his life.
I have a proposition for you, Agent McPherson. Help me with the Anderson case, and I'll speed things up for you at the land registry. We might as well help each other rather than trying to trip each other up, right?
You're a goddamn opportunist. Okay, deal. I found Anderson's blood on the balcony upstairs. It's probably several months old. Everything I've seen leads me to believe that our killer murdered Anderson. Sorry, Sheriff. Your county has lost a voter.
Well, we know what happened to him. At least I can announce that the case is closed.
Hold back your tears. You don't want to get dehydrated.
You've kept your part of the bargain, Agent McPherson. Now it's my turn. Yes, it's Sheriff Holloway. I need some information on the house now. Yes, immediately. Are you sure? Okay, keep looking, and let me know if you find anything.
Well, what do you got?
They found something interesting. An anti-nuclear shelter was built under the house in the 50s.
And where's the entrance to this shelter?
They're looking for up-to-date maps. According to their records, 2 shafts with steel hatches were dug in the ground.
Excellent. We're making progress. We just have to find the hatches. It's not Mozart, but it's better than nothing. I have to talk to you, Sheriff. You mentioned a metal detector. Can I use it?
Take the key to my car. The detector's in the trunk.
Thanks, Sheriff.
What wouldn't I do to stay in the FBI's good graces?
Safe is locked. Can't force it. I really don't need the sheriff on my back. I wonder how this works. There's an instruction manual in the memory. I better look at it. detector shouldn't react to an aluminum can. It's locked.
It's really amateur stuff. I should be able to do better.
Oh, Vic, where would you be without your favorite coroner? What can I do for you this time?
Do you have any details on Hawker? What's he been up to since the FBI canned him?
I did a little snooping. He's been doing small security jobs. Claims to be a security consultant. I called one of his employers. He described Hawker as the solitary type. Doesn't trust his co-workers. Also, a few investigators let me know that they had been contacted by Hawker. He asked them a number of questions about the killer's latest murders.
Hawker has supposedly revealed information about the killer to Hernandez. Clearly, to his mind, he's still on the case.
Seems like he's really developed a bit of an obsession over this. Be careful with him, Vic.
Before he snapped, Hawker was an exceptional agent. Hopefully he's kept his investigative skills. Don't worry, I'll be careful.
Talk to you later, Vic. Good luck.
Looks like someone tried to repair the console. without success.
Nice shack. A bit morbid, but it's got style.
So, James, are you spending your retirement brooding over the past?
Not at all. I have a whole new life now. That whole thing is behind me.
Really? I heard you were continuing to investigate. And as far as I know, your social schedule is not what you call busy.
Don't start with me, Vic. Whose fault is it that I'm where I am? You betrayed me.
Some learn from their mistakes, James. Doesn't look like that's the case with you.
I admit, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have pulled the trigger. But I did it to further the investigation. You sabotaged that by denouncing me.
You know perfectly well that I wasn't the one who squealed to Internal Affairs. If I had, you would have been up for murder charges. All I did was refuse to cover up for you. You went too far, goddammit. Here, I'll profile you. You are egocentric, irresponsible, selfish, and paranoid.
And you are anal, rigid, authoritarian. And you've got the biggest mouth I've ever had the displeasure to encounter.
I could say the same about you. Can we talk? Listen, James, let's stop dwelling on the past. The killer is still out there, and this is our last chance of getting him as a team. Can we bury the hatchet? Paloma Hernandez may still be alive. She's counting on us.
Fine. We can't change what's happened anyway. I've made a major breakthrough on the killer's psyche. He's totally obsessed with film and cinema, and particularly with the actress Veronica Lake. You could see it in his videos. I'm convinced that he chooses his victims following criteria linked to his obsession.
There's evidence in the house that suggests the killer went to film school. That would confirm your hypothesis.
It was by catching an old movie again that I made the connection. It has to do with very small background details. That's why we didn't see it before.
Well, I have a name. Our suspect's name is supposedly David Carson. Claire's trying to dig up something about him.
We'll end up getting him, Vic. After all this time, we're gonna get him.
I'm at an impasse with the computer in the cellar. Can you give it a look? You've always been a bit of an IT guru.
Okay, show me what the problem is. Let's see. The system is well protected. It's impossible to enter without the password. Luckily, the killer is just crazy enough to use a significant password instead of choosing random characters.
Of course.
Let's try this. No. Too simple. Veronica, maybe. No, it's not the right password. Yes.
Have you found the password?
Uncle Man. Veronica Lake's real name. The killer's obsessions are the key to his psyche. The contents of the computer are open to you. It's your turn to play now.
Computer's on.
Okay, born Constance Okelman, Veronica Lake is mainly known for her film roles in the 1940s and for her very distinctive hairstyle. She was at the time the epitome of the femme fatale. with long blonde hair and languishing eyes. In 1948, Paramount Studios decided not to renew her contract. Her career declined rapidly from this point. Confronted with financial problems, suffering from alcoholic dependence, and in fragile psychological state, she died at the age of 53. Veronica Lake is the archetype of the Hollywood star whose dazzling ascendancy was followed by a precipitous decline. Though forgotten at the end of her life, today the actress is an integral part of film legend. Excerpts from her filmography: I Wanted Wings, The Glass Key, This Gun for Hire, and The Blue Dahlia.
Photographs of the victims. A psycho's family album. Access control. Let's see what door I can open. If this file contains the killer's bank account number, the Chicago office could perhaps buy a new coffee maker. I hope this worked. I'll just have to see.
This is important, so I'm going to write this down.
A list of first names, including mine and Hernandez's. These seem to be the victims' names, but the last names don't match.
I bet this is somehow linked to the killer's obsessions. He must associate his victims with fictional characters.
I'm not sure I understand.
Helen Graham, Dolores Greaves, they're all roles played by Veronica Lake. In the list you're connected to, the Letty Stanton character, the name doesn't match at all. Different motive. He's after you because he wants to eliminate everyone on his tail. Prior to vanishing, maybe.
That's his plan. I don't have much time to stop him. I'll copy the list into my smartphone. I might need it later. The killer's so crazy about movies. He must have left that camera on somewhere. A hallway with concrete walls. This must be the anti-nuclear shelter. Collection of animal skulls. Are these trophies or objects of study? Both, I guess.
So, this house is supposedly connected to the killer. I'm not surprised. It fits what I've been able to uncover. An isolated area far from the big urban centers. But it means the killer's got to travel to go hunting. I'll keep working on it. Go on with your investigation.
Outlet to connect headphones or a speaker.
It's not this.
This is Claire Ashby. I'm not available at the moment. Please call back later.
See, this is the problem with this game, as far as the glitches go. I've been experiencing quite a bit of them, which is a downside playing this game because I have to keep redoing things over and over. So, in the game's defense, it might be like Nancy Drew is, where you need to do certain things before other things become available to you, which would make sense. But I'm going to try to look at the hatch again and see if it says. Okay, that's all she's saying. That's fine. I think we got what we needed. So, it's good to me.
That's it. The anti-nuclear shelter is open.
You have something new?
I've managed to open the shelter hatch. I'll go down and try to find Hernandez.
I'm going with you.
I'll call Garrus for backup.
Okay, ouch. She didn't even know. That's not looking good.
Let me show you something. His last masterpiece. It's called The Betrayal. It's my grandmother who's burning in this painting. She betrayed the one who loved her with all his heart. Isn't it a true masterpiece? He knew how to capture the intensity of the moment. You've managed to unmask me. It's a shame. I would have liked the game to have gone on a bit longer.
Relationship. It wasn't a coincidence, was it? You had everything planned from the beginning.
I didn't plan our meeting. You're the one who contacted me during one of your investigations, remember? When I saw your name on my screen, I thought of Gustav McPherson, of course, your grandfather, who Mark Ackerman immortalized in his painting. Could it be that you were his descendant? I made some inquiries. And when I knew who you were, I decided to include you in my work.
So that's it. All these months you were just pretending? How could I have been so stupid?
Vic, you pretend to be as tough as nails, but really you're soft, sentimental.
Richard, how could you have become a murderer?
True artists must rid themselves of all the inhibitions that limit mere mortals. They must overcome all taboos. My grandfather made me understand this. I have freed myself of mediocrity. I've touched the reality which surrounds us. Brutality, fear, suffering, death. Death has filled the void that I have always felt deep inside of me. It's absolute, implacable. Its beauty terrifies the weak of spirit. The act of murder, Vic. It's a deeply moving artistic experience. Have you never sensed this? You who keeps company with all these victims and murderers?
You're completely insane.
Oh, Victoria, I'm free. While you and everyone like you live your lives like blind larvae, imprisoned by your comforting certitudes.
Ackerman killed so he could fill his canvases. Did you murder women to emulate your ancestor?
You don't understand. He didn't kill to paint. My grandfather's true body of work isn't the paintings. His art is murder. By putting these women to death, I've paid homage to Mark Ackerman's genius. I've reproduced the murders that he committed. The paintings are merely the testimony. In embracing my heritage, I had to go beyond mere pictorial imitation. I had to immerse myself in the creative act itself.
Good God, you really are sick. You seem so convinced of what you're saying. Richard, I can't let this go on. Please, come to your senses. I'll do what I can to help you escape this madness.
Beatrice offered the same thing to my grandfather. The illusion of peace in a false universe composed of drugs and electroshock. When Mark finally rejected that weak semblance of a life, she turned her back on him. She left him, just as she left me, by keeping the truth of my heritage from me. So, I'm gonna have to refuse your help, Vic. But I'm offering you mine.
Everything's going as planned. I've got both of you. As for Hawker, I took care of him. Let you go? Let me think. Sorry, I've got to say no. Hawker's hanging by a thread. Well, a rope. I hung him from a tree. Isn't that what you'd expect from a murderer? There are so many possibilities, so many ways to make you suffer. You and McPherson. I must consider this carefully. One thing's for certain. This game ends with me as the winner. See you very soon, gorgeous.
Asshole! It's locked. Maybe I could pass through here, but it's too high. The closet is blocked by the bed. Those cookies were disgusting, but I couldn't help finishing the whole pack. It's too far. Locked. Locked. There's a crack in the wall. I can see something shining. There are 2 names engraved on the ring, John and Susan. It's screwed shut. McPherson? Can you hear me?
Shh! Don't bring it back!
Christ! You scared me. I thought that cell was empty.
I haven't eaten in days. You don't have anything, do you?
Sorry. All I had was a few stale cookies, but I was hungry. Who are you? I thought the killer only went for women.
Gary Anderson. I saw the abandoned house while I was out hunting deer. I came in to poke around. The killer took me by surprise while I was snooping upstairs. I tried to escape by going out the balcony, but he caught me. I've been held here for months. He's been torturing me for months. I can't take it anymore.
Have you been here a long time? Have you tried to escape?
I made an attempt early on. I was locked up where you are.
What did you do?
I improvised. I used the fork that he left for my meals. I unscrewed the grate on an old air vent.
And then what happened?
The killer came back right before I made it into the shaft. He convinced me not to try again. Then he threw me in this cell, which is normally reserved for women he's gonna kill. I've been here ever since. In here, the ventilation shaft is welded shut, and the cell door can only be opened remotely. I haven't got a chance.
Do you still have the thing you used to unscrew the grate?
Yeah, I managed to hide it, just in case it might come in handy again.
Throw it over. I'll try to catch it.
We're not going anywhere. What's the point of discussing it?
It's too far. It's too far. I had to kick it hard, but it worked.
We're not going anywhere. What's the point of discussing it?
Locked. McPherson, do you hear me? It's me, Paloma Hernandez. McPherson, wake up!
Where am I? Hernandez? Christ, I feel so groggy.
Do you know what the killer intends to do?
He abducted us because he needs poker partners. Now let me sleep.
We have to get out of here, McPherson. We have to try to escape.
Escape? What? Later. I'll think about that later. I think I'm gonna take a little nap. I'm not feeling well. Leave me alone, Hernandez.
This digital lock must open the door.
Who's gonna die next? You? Me? Your friend?
The killer uses a digital locking system to lock the doors. Have you ever seen him punching in the number from your cell?
Yeah, tons of times. It's 5 or 6 numbers. I'm sure that the code for your cell door begins with a 4. The last digit, I think it's a 5. But I'm not sure about anything else. But what's the point? It's hopeless.
The killer uses a digital locking system to lock the doors. Have you ever seen him punching in the number from your cell?
Yeah, tons of times. It's 5 or 6 numbers. I'm sure that the code for your cell door begins with a 4. The last digit, I think it's a 5. But I'm not sure about anything else. But what's the point? It's hopeless. I've lost all hope of leaving this place alive. I'd just like to not suffer anymore.
McPherson, wake up. I've got to talk to you. I noticed a digital locking system. We have to input a code. But what is it?
Code? That sort of rings a bell. I found a series of codes in the cellular computer.
Do you remember the numbers?
I can't concentrate. Hold on. I entered them in my smartphone. The only complete code that I have is for the hatch.
I don't want to open the hatch.
I've also got a series of first and last names. On the list, my first name is connected with the name Stanton.
Am I on that list?
Yes, Paloma Martin. If Hawker's right, it must be the name of a character played by Veronica Lake. Vic Stanton and Paloma Martin. There must be a code link to these names. I'll let you think about it. Vic Stanton and Paloma Martin. There must be a code link to these names. I'll let you think about it. I think I'm gonna take a little nap.
gingerbread. Looks a little stale. This isn't gonna get me out of here. Locked. An electronic lock. I don't have the key. It's locked. Amphetamines. It's empty. I should neutralize this camera. There's no way this bastard's keeping any images of me. There's no way this bastard's keeping any images of me.
Who's gonna die next? You? Me? Your friend?
Here, this will ease your hunger.
Thank you.
I found an empty box of amphetamines in the medicine cabinet. I guess the killer uses it to drug his victims.
He gives me some to take regularly, until I become dependent on them. When he wants to torture me, he stops giving them to me. The suffering makes me crazy.
Do you have any pills left? My friend might need them. The killer drugged her with tranquilizers.
I could give you a couple of pills, if you find Susan's wedding ring. She hid it in your cell.
Who's Susan?
She was very dear to me. He murdered her. The ring is really important to me. Find it, and I'll give you what you want.
That's not your name on the ring. It says John.
Susan and I were close, but she wasn't my wife. Just a friend.
I have that ring you talked about. Take it and give me the amphetamines.
This wedding ring, it's all that I have left of Susan. Here's the last pill.
McPherson, wake up! I've got to talk to you! I found you a little upper. Take this. It's up to you now. I don't want to die here.
Thanks for pulling me out of there, Hernandez. So, you can make yourself useful when absolutely necessary.
There's a man locked up in the other cell. He was the one who gave me the amphetamines. He says he knew one of the victims, Susan. He might be able to help us. It's just that he seems pretty disturbed.
If he's been here for a while, I'm not surprised.
When the FBI notices the disappearance of all these cops, they'll send agents after us, right? Do you have a plan to get us out of here?
We're gonna have to improvise. Stay on your toes, stay alive.
Have you found a lead on the killer's identity?
For now, I know his name, but not his face. Doesn't make any difference. We need to concentrate on surviving, not on whether or not he's got a mustache.
I think Hawker's dead. The killer got him.
The fact that he's not shut up in here with us is not a good sign. As long as I haven't seen a body, there's hope he's still alive. I'm not so sure about Garrus, though. I have a hard time believing he could have avoided falling into the killer's clutches. That sicko out there, has he talked about his plans?
Not really. And I'm not sure I want to know.
This metal detector. What is it doing here?
We have to get out of here. I don't want to die here.
So, you're our partner in misfortune. Thanks for the pills.
Don't thank me. I don't know if I did you a favor. The sleeping pills help to dull the suffering.
We're gonna try and find a way to get you out of here.
It's impossible to escape. There's no hope.
Well, he's very optimistic.
Susan Girelli?
Yes. The killer abducted her shortly after locking me up. He murdered her. Poor Susan. She was so beautiful, so sensitive.
Did you know her before her abduction?
We had an affair. Now she's dead. And soon, we will be too.
If you've been here for a while, perhaps the killer has revealed some of his plans? Megalomaniacs love to boast.
Don't underestimate him. He doesn't talk without a reason.
I wouldn't make the mistake of underestimating him. You know, we're dealing with a master of manipulation.
He didn't say anything to me. Just that he intended to settle some outstanding issues.
How did you end up here? Are you from around here?
I found the house while I was hunting in the woods. My name is Gary. I have a farm near Ashland.
Are you Gary Anderson? The county sheriff was investigating your disappearance. I thought you were dead.
He took me by surprise in the house. I don't know why he didn't kill me right away. I would have been better off.
It's locked.
Hey, where are you going? Wait for me. I'm coming with you.
I think you better stay here. Bar the doors. I'll come back to get you.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna see if there's a way out. There's a computer in the lab. We might be able to make contact with the outside world.
All right. I'll keep both doors secured so the killer can't get in.
Good. I'll be back. Leave the porch light on. Good. Let's be careful. This sicko could be anywhere. Hawker! James, I should never have made you come here. I really thought this was the end of me. Something's buried here. It's a mine. The blinking light indicates that it's armed. It looks like a pressure release mine. If I step on it and then remove my foot, bam. There's no way to defuse this thing. But I might be able to neutralize it by leaving something heavy on it.
It'll never work.
This was the end of me. Something's buried here. It's a mine. The blinking light indicates that it's armed. It looks like a pressure release mine. If I step on it and then remove my foot, bam. There's no way to defuse this thing. But I might be able to neutralize it by leaving something heavy on it. I really thought this was the end of me. James, I should never have made you come here. Something's buried here. It's a mine. The blinking light indicates that it's armed. Looks like a pressure release mine. If I step on it and then remove my foot... Bam. There's no way to defuse this thing. But I might be able to neutralize it by leaving something heavy on it. Circular mass with a few metal pieces. There's absolutely no doubt about it. It's a landmine.
It's not this. It'll never work. Bad idea. Bad idea. It's not this.
You better neutralize this mine.
It's not this. This can't possibly work. Bad idea.
That's great. I could use it to weigh down a mine trigger. This target is pretty heavy. I could use it to neutralize a mine. I'd better neutralize this mine. Piece of a grate. I should be able to neutralize a mine with it. It'll prevent the trigger from releasing.
And that's all done.
This box wasn't here before. It's locked. Insulated electrical wires connected to the grate. I can hear an electrical sound. Seems to be coming from the grating. Hear an electrical sound. Seems to be coming from the grating. I can hear an electrical sound. Seems to be coming from the grating. I thought this was the end of me. I can hear an electrical sound. Seems to be coming from the grating. Part of a bike wheel. It's half buried. I could improvise some kind of lockpick or tool with the bicycle spokes. This box wasn't here before. It's locked. Insulated electrical wires connected to the grate.
It's not this.
Maybe this box keeps the power on, or turns it on. Oh, there's a sensor light. Something's jamming the signal. Wrong place, wrong time. Couldn't even defend himself. He killed them all. His madness has no limits. Wrong place, wrong time. Couldn't even defend himself. Dead. He couldn't even defend himself. She never had a chance. Hellaway. She never had a chance. He killed them all. His madness has no limits. This madness has no limits. The dashboard has been smashed. There's no way I can use the car. Dead rat. Wonder what killed it.
It'll never work.
I'd rather have a doctor, but this should work. The door's blocked. A red envelope with a memory card in it. There's a message added on the newspaper. Who's next? Looks like the killer didn't have time to set one of his traps. There's a memory card inside the envelope. What kind of game is he playing? A remote control. Killer must have lost it. Looks like there's no water here. me.